We are back to our front cover. My bubbles are looking pretty good. I've got a white Posca marker. I think I'm just going to put a little bit of a highlight up here on them. I have cut out 2 fish that are my designs out of some gel prints. I'm going to glue them to the front, and then I also did this little title. I've got cut out a black paper, and then I did it on watercolor paper with a black marker, and I'm going to glue that right there. This is now the front cover. Along with this lettering on this page, I'm going to add a mermaid, and she's cut out of some old book paper, out of an old book. But before we do that, I want to add some seaweed. And this is a stencil from pmartiststudio. We're going to use 3 different colors of green to do this. These 3 colors, and I'm just going to layer these colors one over the top, and I have a different brush for each paint color so I don't have to stop and clean my brush. So we're going to start with our medium green. Okay, let's go with a dark green. And my light green. Yep, looks good. Okay, let's just keep going. I'm going to outline these a little bit with a little bit of white. We're going to add this mermaid now, and I'm going to add her colored tail here. This is a piece of a gel print that came to me from Patricia and Mariah at pmartiststudio. And then in addition to this, I'll add some fish. So I have my fish arranged, and I'm going to glue them on. I'm going to work on adding some shading in some of the areas on this little book. So we're going to start here, and I'm just using a really dark blue. Shading on a few of these. This one in particular, I'm going to use a dark red to shade with, a Napa red. And I'm not going to do a lot of shading on him. And we could do the same thing for this one. We're going to take this neon color, which is a Deco Art fluorescent neon. We're not going to be stingy with this. I kind of have it quite a bit on the tip of my brush. And we're just going to add a highlight. And we're going to pull that highlight down into the fish to give it a little bit of a shimmer. That looks good. And any other fish that I have that would be a similar color, I would shade the same way. So these 2 are the same exact color as this. So I would use that Napa red and the neon. So let's try this one, shading the same paint colors. It's going to give that the pink almost a coral look, and the blue, it's going to kind of give it a green shimmer, which is kind of pretty. we could use this neon again to highlight this guy. I have this indigo from Lucas Krill, and then I think it might work. And it's working on this one at least. In fact, that's really lovely. And you've seen me do this before. This is just a little dry brushing. I'm just going to dry brush a little bit of white on these darker guys just to lighten them up just a bit. This is a gold Posca marker. These fish I designed to have a little bit of a center mark here. Just going to do a little outlining here. Alright, on this sea turtle, we're going to use a little bit of Hauser dark green. Shade right underneath the shell. We're going to use that neon yellow again and just kind of add a little bit of a highlight. And because it has some gold on it, it's going to take that neon color really well. Then with the black Posca, I'm going to take this gold Posca, just kind of add a little gold highlight right up on top of these. I thought I'd use some of these little Stickles gels. I might try this one first. Just going to use a little bit of a brush, and I'm just going to brush this. Let's try this one. I added these little yellow fish, and I'm just going to start shading them. I painted them yellow, and just going to shade them a little bit with an orange. I'm going to just use my Posca marker to add, just kind of like these guys, a little bit of some dots. I'm going to outline them and give them a little personality with my black marker. So